What's up, Dunk Squad? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're here with year 3 of the Madden 24 Green Bay Packers realistic rebuild. If you tune in to part 2, we got 12 wins, we got a division title. We were sent home a little early due to the Chicago Bears, an 8-9 Chicago Bears team that shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. But I can't wait to see them in the regular season. We're getting the brooms, we're getting the dustpans, and we're going to sweep them. We did lose David Bakhtiari in free agency. We didn't have enough money or enough cap room to bring him back, but we did find a replacement in free agency, finally spending the money that we had. And then, of course, we continue to add young talent in the draft. You can even say we traded up in the draft where we didn't have to. We were targeting a certain player. Tennessee Titans had other plans in mind, but after it was all said and done, that player that we were targeting that the Titans got wasn't all what we thought they were going to be. They could still be a great player, but I think the player that we got in the first round matched up with them. You know, they're like on the same level. So with all that being said, let's waste no more time. Let's meet the roster, the team, the squad here before the preseason starts here in year 3. At quarterback, we have Jordan Love, who is now, you look at the tag, he is our franchise quarterback. He had his best year, 3,400 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, and finally cutting down on the picks, only 4 interceptions. Completion percentage, 7, everything up. The sacks went down, so the offensive line was protecting him. The yards per game could have been a little bit better, but we have been more of a running team with our running back, Aaron Jones, who has been the focal point, I would say, of the offense. 1,500 rushing yards, average 5 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns. We're going to ignore the fumbles, 96-yard run. Aaron Jones has been the most consistent player in this rebuild. And then A.J. Dillon. He's been a great supporting cast member to Aaron Jones. When you look at the combined touchdowns, 27 touchdowns over the past 2 seasons, and what Aaron Jones is doing carrying the load, and we can also get A.J. Dillon some reps and get him some carries. It's a great 1-2 punch combo. And then we just drafted this guy, Javonte Stevenson. He added him to the backfield, and then we got some other young running backs on the depth chart below them. We have our superstar fullback, Dion Aldridge. I'm going to keep calling him a superstar dev because that's what we drafted him as. But fullbacks get no respect here when it comes to the dev trait regression in the Madden simulation. Jaden Reed, our superstar wide receiver. And the Packers didn't have to take him in the first round. You know, they took him in the second round in 2023, and we've developed him into a wide receiver 1. Over 70 catches, 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns with 10. He is our wide receiver 1. We have Romeo Doubs, I think, going into a contract year. He's been like our wide receiver 2, fringe wide receiver 3. Same thing with Christian Watson, but Christian Watson has the dev trait over Mario Doubs. So it just depends who has the better year this year. Which one do we bring back to, you know, to go with Jaden Reed? We still got Dontavian Wicks down here. So still got our 4 young wide receivers. At tight end, you still got Luke Musgrave, Tucker Crabb. We can throw them in the same group as the young wide receivers. We brought back DeGuara. And then at left tackle, no more David Bakhtiari. It's going to be Zach Tom, who we moved over to right tackle to get him on the, you know, on the field the same time as David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins and all the other guys on the offensive line. But now with David Bakhtiari gone, and I'll just ruin the spoilers, we brought in Wyatt Teller. I saw him in free agency. I was like, you know what? We lose one superstar offensive lineman. Let's gain another one. So we bring in Wyatt Teller. And what I had did originally in that part 2 video, we had Elton Jenkins, who, congrats, shout out, salute, won Offensive Lineman of the Year last season. We moved him out, kicked him out, flexed him out the left tackle. He already plays on the left side. But when I thought about it, Elton Jenkins just won Offensive Lineman of the Year at left guard. Why move him from left guard when we know that the tackles are going to give up the most sacks in the simulation? So what I just did is move Elton Jenkins back to left guard. We're going to move Zach Tom to left tackle because that's what he was listed as when we started this rebuild. Move him over to left tackle to be the successor to David Bakhtiari. He learned under him. He should be able to play left tackle now. He's 3 years in, going into his 4th year. Then at center we have Dylan Aldridge going into his second season. We put Wyatt Teller. We had moved him to left guard when we were going to move Elton Jenkins out to left tackle. So we moved Wyatt Teller back to his right guard position. And then Rasheed Walker, who was a left tackle, we moved him to right guard. He finished second behind Elton Jenkins in Offensive Lineman of the Year. So it kind of sucks that I have to move him from that guard position. But he was a tackle when we started this. So he is now going back to tackle, but on the right side. At left end, we got Kenny Clark. He's been great on the D line. He's been our best defensive lineman. Look at that, 25 TFLs, 4 sacks. He's been a Pro Bowler for us. And then at right end, you got Devontae Wyatt. Defensive tackle Gilbert Hilton, who was like a superstar or an X Factor. I think he was an X Factor. He was an X Factor when we drafted him. And, they knocked him down. I knew it was going to happen, but at least they didn't knock him all the way down to normal. I wouldn't mind if they had just knocked him down to superstar, but I'll take star. Still a star in the making. And then Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary, who's been like our leading sack leader. He had about, 10 and a half double-digit. As long as it's double-digit sacks, you can't really base how they're playing, based off of sack numbers. And the defense as a whole, especially that secondary, man, they've been getting it in. Still got Enikbare, Quay Walker, and they were really generous with our depth traits. Even though they've taken some away from us, we have a lot of superstars on the defensive side. Quay Walker being one of the new ones with that gold depth trait. You got Devondre Campbell, who could be, I was going to say cap casualty, but he's actually not. But he could be expendable because Max Stevens, a linebacker that we took in the draft, hidden dev, 73 overall. He's going to be, the linebacker paired up with Quay Walker. But, we still got Devondre Campbell for at least another year. But we may go with the younger Max Stevens. On the right side, you got Lucas Van Ness, who's been developing, taking over for Preston Smith. And, only 1.5 sack last season. It's funny how when we had him as a sub, he got 6.5, and then we put him in as a starter, he only gets 1.5. But that's also due to Rashawn Gary, taking up most of those sacks. We still got Preston Smith behind him. And then in the corner back room, we got Jair Alexander, who is no longer a X Factor. He's down to star, but he's still our best player, still 95 overall, still team captain. We got Eric Stokes, just like Quay Walker, one of those new superstar dev young players that we got on our defense. We have Austin Clemens. This was the corner that we didn't look at, didn't want. We had, I'll show you right now, Tennessee Titans, right? They 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that we love our 4 or 5 corners, but come on, bro. Come on, man. They ain't even need to draft them. They just did that to piss me off. But we wanted Zeke Walters, 6'3", 182. He was a top 5, projected top 5. And when I looked at his ratings, I was like, yeah, he got to be generational, bro. But he was only a 78 overall. We took a look at his depth trait, and he was only star. And then when you look at the corner that we took, almost the same type of build. 6'3", got some speed on him. So, and what happened was we traded up. I think it was like top 3 to get the corner that the Titans got. They took him at number 1, and then we took this Austin Clemens, where we could have waited at our pick and kept the picks that we traded for to move up. So we paid a high price for Austin Clemens. I didn't look at his depth trait, so we're going to be shocked and surprised when it is revealed. And if it's superstar X Factor, it will be better than the Titans cornerback that they picked. But this secondary has been like the favorite part of my defense. Stokes, we had Clements, we still got Sean Nixon, Carrington Valentine, who was the starter the first year. So I love our DB room. Then at free safety, we have Darnell Savage. We drafted this guy who was a corner, moved him out to free safety, Darnell Monroe. And then at strong safety, we've been experimenting with Henry Weaver. He was a linebacker, converted to safety. But we just saw Micah Hyde sitting there in the free agents before preseason, and I was like, let's bring him back. Maybe we need someone to mentor, teach, Henry Weaver how to, play safety because we drafted him as a left outside linebacker, moved him inside the middle linebacker. Now, he started at strong safety last season. He wasn't that bad because our secondary has been like top five every season. But only 74 tackles, 2 TFLs, no picks. He did have 3 deflections. But when you look at his like press coverage, look at that, 28. So catching not that great either. So we're gonna probably go at Micah Hyde, the veteran. I think we are ready to win now. Made the playoffs the last 2 seasons. So that factored into the decision. Got Anders Carlson, who does not miss a lot of field goals, and Daniel Whelan at punter. And we don't have a first round pick in this draft because of trading up to get that corner. But we are going to simulate the preseason. First game is against the Raiders, and we win that game 20-17. And Jordan Love, Clifford, they both threw a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 60 yards. Josh Jacobs, who will be the Packers running back in real life this upcoming season. You got Christian Watson with a touchdown. Tucker Kraft with a touchdown. Christian Watson battling with Romeo Doubs for that wide receiver 2 spot. You got Kenny Clark, Sean Gary, Carl Brooks, all with sacks. We got no picks, 2 for 2 for Carlson, the field goal kicker. And we are 1-0 in the preseason. Got the Cincinnati Bengals. I see the Bears 1-0. We have a training camp standout. We do lose our second preseason game. And Jordan Love, Clifford, both having great preseasons. Tavion Wicks gets a touchdown. He's our wide receiver 4. We love our 4-5 wide receivers just as much as we love our 4-5 corners. Last preseason game before we get to the regular season. I hope we play the Bears. Give us Chicago week 1. We got the Steelers. That's even better. Training camp standout. Who could this be? Maybe Lucas Van Ness. Maybe Gilbert Hilton. All right, so I don't remember what archetype he was. Let's see if we can get some more. So let's do rushing the passer. That's the one I usually pick for like nose tackles, defensive tackles. I want to see them get some more sacks. And now it is the final preseason game, Miami Dolphins. And we beat them. So we go 2-1 in the preseason. Two touchdowns for Tua, no touchdowns, no picks. So both Clifford and Jordan Love throwing nothing but touchdowns, no interceptions. Being protected by the offensive line. Aaron Jones, I thought I benched him. But hey, who is this? Hayden. 3 running backs get a touchdown for us, and then no receivers get a touchdown. Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary, no interceptions. Carlson, perfect on the preseason. If he can do that for the regular season, get that Kicker of the Year award, get bumped up to Star Dev, that would be great. We got 14 players that we do have to release. Cut it down from 67 to 53. 2 touchdowns each for Clifford and Jordan Love. We got Aaron Jones, touchdown for A.J. Dillon, touchdown for Hayden, wide receiver Dontavian Wicks. I mean, he played more than the 3 starters at wide receiver. But Christian Watson is going to beat out Romeo Doubs. Tucker Kraft getting the touchdown. Offensive line were great. Coy Walker. We got Stevens. I think I'm going to play Stevens over Devondre Campbell. We could put Devondre Campbell on the trading block, but I like to keep him at least on the team, just to add depth to the roster. He's a great veteran, and I really can't. I mean, I'll get penalized, but so we got our 2 quarterbacks, Meredith, Hayden. We can actually go. I usually go 4 running backs. We could probably go 5 this season. Hayden did have a touchdown, and then receiving. Don't know who Keenan Helms is. He can go on the PS, and then tight end. Ben Sims, he could go on the PS too, but we could go 4 wide receiver or 4 tight ends. We do need a center. We could just move this Brandon Bennett dude. We'll move him to center. Really don't feel like signing one. We don't even have any money to sign anybody else, so we'll move him. We'll move this guy to the practice squad. He'll get his skill point later. Left end, right end, We got our D tackle. Who did they sign at D tackle? They signed Bobby Brown. Okay, so that's straight, I guess. Carson Wells can get released. Don't need him. Dakota Coleman, we drafted him, so we will keep him. Uh, Bailey, can't say his name. Brenton Cox probably has to go. Yeah, we do got a lot of players. All right, so let's cut some of these cornerbacks. I know the corners, wide receivers, they always sign a bunch to the practice squad. Too much. Taiwan Mullen, I wonder if he was related to Trayvon Mullen. Avery Young to the practice squad, and then maybe Jaquan Amos. See how many more players we got to cut though. I know we got some more to cut because we have 5 running backs. We got tight ends. So we're being too nice right now. We're being too nice. Hayden did have that touchdown, but you will go to the practice squad. If anything, we have an injury, you will be the first person called up to the active roster. Same thing with Ben Sims. We just don't need. I mean, we got AJ Dillon and we got Tucker Kraft who can get in and play backup fullback. I don't know why I'm talking about fullbacks when we were on tight ends, but all right, Dakota. If we want to keep, Brenton Cox has to go at least to the practice squad. And then Jaquan Amos, same thing. He can get released. Why do we have so many players though? If we got Melvin Johnson, he can go. Don't need 3 linebackers. So Bailey can go. And then this rookie can go. Our practice squad is going to be, we're going to have a strong practice squad. They like a active team themselves. 52. Hold on. So I did one too many. So somebody from the practice squad will get promoted right now. Wasting no time. So who deserves to get, maybe we just take the highest overall. I mean, Hayden had the touchdown. We don't need 5 running backs, so maybe we just do Bailey. He was the last person, so he really was not supposed to get cut. Yeah, so we'll bring him back. And then we will adjust the lineup, set it up the way we want it. And it better not get changed during the season. So the depth chart, we have Jordan Love at quarterback. Running back will be A.J. Jones, Aaron Jones, and A.J. Dillon. Put both names together. We got Aldridge, Tucker Kraft, A.J. Dillon, Jaden Reed. We're going to go Christian Watson over Dobbs. Tight end, Musgrave. Offensive line, there should be no issues when it comes to the starters. Our backups are outside of Sean Ryan. We're lacking a little bit, a little weak there. No 6 offensive linemen, no swing tackle this season. Yeah, that's fine. Hilton, Brown, Brooks. We're going to go Gary. I'm going to put Brooks in at the backup right end spot. Get him some more reps. And then we should have Rashawn Gary and Akbare, Quay Walker. I'm going to go Campbell, but we're going to sub Max Stevens in. Van Ness, Preston Smith. Why do they have Kenny Clark right there? We'll just leave that though. But Austin Clemens, we're going to go Valentine, free safety. We're going to go Savage, Monroe. And we're going to go with Henry Weaver. And then strong safety will be Hyde over Weaver. And then we'll put Nixon. Yeah, we'll put Nixon right there. Trying to get everybody some playing time. And then we'll go with Nixon. We'll go with Meredith. We'll go with Clemens, Melvin, Christian Watson is fast, bro. We're going to put him back at punt return. Put him back at punt return. and then do Casey Melvin. Just I like putting different guys, like 4 different guys there at least to get some type of spark, get some type of big play in special teams. Special teams matter. Third down back will be Aaron Jones. They have Stevenson and AJ Dillon, power back. Jones, Dillon, and Steve. I keep wanting to say AJ Jones. Now slot receiver, we could just focus on Jaden Reed, right? And I think we're just gonna do that. And then Christian Watson, and they have Tavion Wicks, but we'll go Dobbs. And then left end will be Gary and Igbari. Right end should not be Kenny Clark. This would be Van Ness, Preston Smith. D tackle will be Hilton, Wyatt, Kenny Clark. Sub linebacker will be Quay Walker, Campbell, and then they have Henry Weaver, which we could actually do. That's not that bad. So I think we'll go with the rookie Max Stevens. We can go with Weaver playing linebacker like he's supposed to be playing over Devondre Campbell. And then slot corner, we're going to go with Clemens. And where is he? Carrington Valentine. Now, where's the rookie? Clemens, Nixon, and Carrington Valentine. So even though Devondre Campbell is our middle linebacker 2, we're going to have the rookie playing over him, and then also our strong safety, converted linebacker, playing over him in the sub package. So using 4 middle linebackers, just using all of our guys, rotating everybody in. That's how I like to do it. It's just not one guy. This is a team sport. This is as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. And our goal, Matt LaFleur, putting the pressure on you, make the playoffs. We made the playoffs the last 2 seasons. We got that first season we got a playoff win. Second season ended abruptly, but it should end better this season. Quarterbacks, I see a wide receiver. A wide receiver could be in play. I mean, we got Dobbs and Christian Watson. Their contracts is up with Jaden Reed as the superstar. So 85 overall all across the board. We have training camp standout. This was our defensive tackle. I think his name is Nixon, right? No, Hilton. So let's see if he'll continue to keep breaking out, standing out like he did in the preseason. We got the Steelers on the road to start the season. We want the Bears. We want Chicago. We're going to beat them in Green Bay, and we're going to beat them in Chi-Town. 24-21. Got a primetime game. No, it wasn't. We got a primetime game, Monday Night Football against the Eagles. But we ran the ball, passed the ball. Both teams did. It was a real balanced game, and we came out on top. 2-2-2 for Jordan Love with 3. We did get sacked 3 times. AJ Dillon, 90 yards. Where was Aaron Jones? Oh, we didn't need him. Jaden Reed, 9 catches, 135, and 3 touchdowns. 3-piece for Jaden Reed. We got Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, and our field goal was blocked. So special teams. Got the Eagles. We got the standout. This is Hilton. And I didn't see his name yet. So saw Jaden Reed on offense. Saw like Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark. But those guys, we expect them to make those big plays. Got the Philadelphia Eagles. We're the only team that won in our division in that week 1. Only team. And we lose by the same score that we won in week 1, 24-21. We didn't turn the ball over. How did we lose that game? They just squeaked by. Jordan Love outplayed Jalen Hurts. There goes Aaron Jones. He is back. AJ Dillon with a touchdown. Christian Watson was the man this game at receiver. Tavion Wicks. We love our 4 wide receivers. Musgrave gets a touchdown. And I was going to check the depth chart, but I don't think it changed. But our rookie corner just got an interception. I bet he's playing better than that corner in Tennessee. Titans. I better tighten up. Mock draft 1 is out. I don't know why I'm looking at it because we don't have a first round pick because of the Tennessee Titans taking the player that we were going to take. I need to get over that. But got the Juggernaut Chiefs. No other team in our division. They're all 0-2. We're 1-1. Got Mahomes coming to Lambeau, and they play like the juggernauts that they always play as. Shut our running game down. We're not turning the ball over, so this is not Jordan Love. This is not him costing us the game. Luke Musgrave, this was like a breakout season for him. He's balling. Oh, man, what's going on with our special teams? Still wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game, but Carlson got one job, make the field goal. We got the Detroit Lions. They're the only other team to win in our division. And then we beat them 31-17. Is that the same score we just lost by? 31-14. So these scores are like mirroring each other right now. 100 yards on the dot, rushing for us, and we have yet to turn the ball over. Jordan Love, another 3-touchdown performance. Aaron Jones, 92. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson. They look like our wide receivers 1 and 2. Dobbs might be the odd man out. Devondre Campbell with the interception when he's barely getting in. He is not on the sub linebacker chart unless there was a change made, an adjustment made by the AI, by the CPU, by the computer. And I feel like they did, and they did not. We just used all of our players. But we got the Baltimore Ravens, our schedule. Of course, it's going to be hard. We just made the playoffs, 12 wins. But we're losing to the hard teams in the AFC, and the Ravens and the Chiefs. That game, Sunday Night Football, by the way, it did go into overtime. We could not stop their rushing attack with Lamar Jackson. They shut our passing game down, and they're the first team to commit a turnover against us. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, 107 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown for our fullback, who should be superstar Dev. Musgrave is getting all the TDs. Carlson makes his field goal, and it's that up and down type season. We 2-3, 3-2, 2-3, but that is good enough to lead the division right now. Looking at our team rankings for our bye week, 14 points a game, 6 in passing. Our rushing attack, which has been, man, that's hurting our offense. 18th defense, 20. Oh man, secondary. So our running attack on offense, and then our secondary, it's not what it should be. They're not playing how they should be. But we're going to look at the contracts before we get this big Lions game. Eric Stokes. Oh, my gosh. We have no money. Bro. Lucas Van Ness has an option. So, Darnell Savage, starting free safety, may be gone. Zach Tom, starting left tackle, who's supposed to be successor for David Bakhtiari, who we just lost, might be gone. Rasheed Walker, starting right tackle. Both our tackles going to be gone. Wide receiver 2-3 going to be gone. Backup running back is going to be gone, but we have his replacement. And then Christian Watson, wide receiver 2, will be gone. Eric Stokes, superstar starting corner, might be gone. We're going to have to open up some money somewhere. I didn't think we didn't even pay Jordan Love a lot of money, bro. Like, he ain't even making that much. And we have a lot of young players on our team on the regular. Why do we have? We should get an influx of money at the end of the season, but I mean, Jordan Love, Preston Smith will be gone. Paying Elton Jenkins. We just paid Wyatt Teller. That Wyatt Teller contract, I didn't think about that. Aaron Jones, I had paid. Devondre Campbell, we might have to get rid of. Kenny Clark's making a lot, of course, Rashawn Gary. Yeah, we might have backed ourselves into a wall with the Wyatt Teller contract. Damn it. We're going to have to, we really need Eric Stokes back the way he's playing. Who got an ability? Jaden Reed. So we might be down a starting wide receiver, 2 starting tackles, a starting free safety, but we have guys that can we have depth. We have, well, not on the O-line, but let's just focus on winning this division, making the playoffs, and try to win the Super Bowl with the team or get to a Super Bowl, get to the NFC Championship because our roster is going to look a lot different next season, going into the off season. But we got a TV primetime game, big division game, division title implications. You can say early playoff implications. 31-17. So looks like we're only losing to those tough teams. I mean, the cream of the crop: Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens. 31-17 coming off the bye week. Aaron Jones, 3 touchdowns. Musgrave, that boy. Jay Alexander, interception. He's been a little quiet. No longer X Factor, but still an X Factor in my book. Don't have to look at the mock draft too because we don't have a first round pick. And our division is really weak. Bears, 1-6, 1-7 now. Sorry for my Vikings. We just beat the Panthers, 38-24, our highest scoring game of the season so far. And we combined, ran it, passed it, dropped 21 in the second quarter. 2 touchdowns from Jordan Love. He also had a rushing touchdown. Jaden Reed is our wide receiver 1. So if we lose Dobbs and we lose Christian Watson, I forgot we have Dontavian Wicks. So Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary, Micah Hyde, welcome back to Green Bay. See, yeah, we got guys. We got that converted linebacker at safety if we lose Darnell Savage. We got Dontavian Wicks if we lose Dobbs and Watson. So we just don't have any answers or any backup plans at tackle. Micah Hyde and Jordan Love getting players of the week. Congrats. Shout out. Salute to them. And week 9, we have a breakout quarterback. This is Jordan Love. He's not even a star. He is not even a star dev. He is on normal dev, 80 overall, franchise quarterback. Imagine if he was superstar or X Factor or even star, how far we could go with this team. And we've been having a lot of fun in this rebuild too, winning this early with the Packers and developing these players on the Packers with this young roster. But we are at week 9, mid-season. We're going to upgrade the team. And I thought the linebacker would be revealed. And I do want to see if he has been revealed, because sometimes I do that. We'll have a young player that's not quite ready. We could start him, but then we have a veteran that can play right now over him, and then I don't play him, and then they turn out to be like a superstar or an X Factor. It turned out to be a superstar or an X Factor. They don't play a lot, and then they lose their depth chart at the end of the season. We drafted a superstar linebacker. Let's go. I didn't even look at the corner. But Devondre Campbell. Clemens must be a star because I don't see so let's make sure that this is all how we set it. Sub linebacker. We're gonna go with change that, and then linebacker should be Stevens. Yeah, that's fine. Henry Weaver. Could go to Devondre Campbell. I don't know why I made all those changes and we're winning games, but we'll see what happens. We got another TV game against the Commanders, and I made some changes and we dropped 42. Dropped 42 on their head, 42-14 on Thursday night. 316 pass yard. Jordan Love. Is he only playing like this because of the tag? I need to know, do the player tags actually have an effect on how they simulate? Because he was not playing like this when he was, quarterback of the future quarterback, day one starter, all those tags. But he's playing better. Aaron Jones had 104 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns on 4 catches, and also had 60 yards for a touchdown, 3 touchdowns for Christian Watson. Sean Gary with the sack and the interception. Van Ness having a better season. Quay Walker with that superstar dev getting picks, taking over for Devondre Campbell. And we are winning again. We have a breakout linebacker. This could be, I thought it was going to be Quay Walker. This is Rashawn Gary. I think he's down to star or superstar. He was an X Factor. He was one of the ones that got stripped. We had the quarterback break. Oh, I think he got it. The Jordan Love. He threw for 5. Let's go. Let's go. And he was playing like. Now, I do have bad luck, especially when it comes to kickers. When I have a normal dev playing out of his mind, and then he goes up dev trait and another abilities tab. We drafted. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, he was worth every draft pick that I traded. He was worth moving up. He wasn't the one that we thought we wanted, and I had to settle for him, and we settled for more instead of settling for less. You can kiss my ass, Tennessee Titans. Have we played the Bears yet? Because I got some grudges with those two teams right now. The Bears and the Titans. The Bears only have like one win on the season. Oh, we played in week 11. They're 1-8. And the Titans, where are y'all at? That corner. Where are they at? Oh, okay, they're doing good. They're doing good. We'll see what that corner does. But we got a superstar dev corner with our first pick. And then I think in the third round or second round, we kept one of those picks. We got the linebacker who's a superstar dev. So now, if we do lose Eric Stokes, we have a younger, same overall, damn near superstar dev corner to replace him. Doing a hell of a job drafting. I did not know Darnell Savage was down to normal. So if we lose him, hey, these are pieces that we can lose and replace. The way we're drafting. We got the Cleveland Browns. And we beat them 17-3. What a defensive game. We got Jordan Love up to star dev now. We're on a 4-game winning streak after the bye week. We're running the ball. We're not turning the ball over. Aaron Jones has been amazing. Christian Watson in a contract year. He's going to ball out. Could not stop Myles Garrett, but they could not stop us from winning that game. We are 6-3, 7-3, on the verge of having another winning season. Oh, this is the game I wanted. This is the game I want to simulate. Sean Gary, that is okay because you can put up 4 or 5 sacks in this game against the Bears. We're going to upgrade the player. We're going to upgrade on them. This could be one of those trap games because they've only won 1 game all season. I'm going to try to make him what a great draft pick. Yep, we got another power back, if we lose A.J. Dillon. So they're 83 overall. TV, it's on prime time in the spotlight too. Oh yeah, we wanna whoop them. We wanna whoop them. We wanna whoop them. That's for beating us in the playoffs as an 8-9 team. We ran the ball, no turnovers. We got 2 turnovers against them. Justin Fields. 2 touchdowns for Aaron Jones. He's having another great season. Christian Watson's having a great season. 2 interceptions for Micah Hyde. Getting signed in the preseason. He has 3 picks on the season. Playing better at strong safety than the younger safety was playing. We have a weekly award winner. This could be Micah Hyde. 3 tackles, 2 interceptions. We're at 7 wins. Got my Vikes who just picked up their win. I want the Bears. Yeah, keep winning Vikings because I want the Bears to finish last in the division. I don't want them to go 8-9. I want them to go 2-15. 31-14. We continue our winning streak after the bye week. 31-14. We shut their running game down. We ran the ball old school. OG old school. Aaron Jones has his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing game. 2 touchdowns for Dontavian Wicks. Why is he in? I don't know. Where is Jaden Reed? I am concerned. I am worried. Kobe Wood and Jai Alexander, his 2nd pick of the season. I don't know how sometimes I be keeping up with their stats without looking at the final stacks. We don't have an injury. We do have a breakout D lineman. This could be Hilton. This could be Devontae Wyatt. It is Hilton, who was an X factor when we drafted him. Got knocked down to star, could get bumped back up to superstar. Where is Jaden Reed? He was not playing in that game. Okay, maybe he was. Dontavian Wicks, though, he is showing us. What the hell, man? Why is it like this? Why do they do this to me, bro? Why do they do this? So now we have to go back through this lineup to make sure. Well, at least Dontavion Wicks is showing what he could do next season if he is our wide receiver 3. We got the Giants 6-5. We looks like we're gonna win this division. Second place only has 3 wins. We're at 9. We would have to fall off a cliff straight down to hell for us to lose this division. Shut their run and their passing game out. Man, this defense, we were like, what, 20-something defense. Jordan Love had his worst game, and we still beat the crap out of them. Kenny Clark, Sean Gary, Quay Walker. And the pack looking to pack their things up and head to another postseason. We have the breakout player. This was Hilton, and he got it. Thank you, Gilbert Hilton. I thought, what? No death trait. What? There's no death trait for that. All right. All right. Get the brooms out. Get the dustpans. We just swept my Vikes to get our, what, 9th or 10th win of the season. We will have a guaranteed winning season over 500. We shut their running game down. What is with my rush defense? What is up with Aaron Jones? Musgrave. What is up with Musgrave? What is up with Quay Walker, Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt, and that's his first sack. What is up with Cade York missing 2 field goals for the Vikings? What is up with the Packers winning so much in simulation? I did not know this team was like this in simulation, bro. Aaron Jones. Matt LaFleur, one of the most winningest coaches since coming into the league. We said that in part 1, and he's proven it. He's proven me right. And we lose to... they would be the team, bro. 13-10. Bears, who eliminated us from the playoffs at 8-9. They end our winning streak. They would be the ones to do it. They shut our run, our pass game. That we played our worst game of the season against them. Well, they won't be making the playoffs. We will. So they won't even have a chance or the opportunity to eliminate us, to embarrass us again. So y'all have fun sitting on the couch at home watching us go to a Super Bowl. 13-1 Cowboys. This could be playoff seeding. We beat them. We beat them. We beat them. 29-21. 29-22. I was not expecting to win that game. I was saying this could have playoff seeding implications. Number 1 seed, bye week. Jaden Reed. Zach Thomas not having a great season at right tackle. They left him at right guard. But got the Bengals. Now we lost to the Ravens. We lost to the Chiefs. This is another tough AFC opponent. Bears on a winning streak since beating us. Of course. But we beat the Bengals. They're our first, true, AFC team. We just beat the Cowboys, so we've lost to some hard teams. We've beaten some hard teams. 3 touchdowns. He's got to be leading the league in touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Romeo Doubs. He's been quiet all season. In the contract year, we got Gilbert Hilton. Come on, Anders. Come on, Carlson. Got the 49ers. This is our last true test before the playoffs. You might as well call this a playoff game. Might as well just call it what it is. This is a playoff game for us right here. And depending on how the Cowboys, what their record is, and the 49ers got them in. We got Quay Walker and our rookie corner Clemens with new abilities. But if we win this and get 13 wins, how many wins do the Cowboys have? 14. So they are the number 1 seed. But we've beaten them, and we could beat the number 2 seed. I think we played the Eagles. We lost to them. So We will be seeing all those teams in the playoffs. We will be winning the division 2 years in a row. We will be going through the wild card again, and we lose to them. We got my Seahawks in the first round. 21-24, close game. It's not like we got blown out of Lambeau. Jordan Love played good enough to win the game. Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt, guys stepping up later in the season. As you know, better late than never. And looking at our rankings, we were 7th offense. Look how we upped the rankings, bro. Like that bye week, it was like week 6. You saw where we were. I mean, the secondary was just, that was our worst year for secondary. But 9th in passing, 12th in rushing, number 4 defense, 7th stopping the run, but 24 in the secondary. So we're going to have to work on that. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, K9, and we're going to have to play against him in the playoffs. And then Saquon Barkley, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb. Man, Jamar had 19 touchdowns. Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, Khalil Mack, Kenny Moore, Derek Stingley, LVS, or LVE, and then Dre Greenlaw, JOK, and Nicholas Moreau. Looking at our stats, we were the 8th offense, 3,800 passing yards for Jordan Love. We had our 17th defense, 24 touchdowns was number 1. He also had the number 1 carries, 7 points scored, 10-17 receiving yards for Jaden Reed, 7 touchdowns. He gets another 1,000-yard season. Points allowed, we're number 4. Great touchdown interception ratio. Would love to see 30 touchdowns, but almost 3,900 passing yards. Best season so far for, Jordan Love. Rushing. Number 1 touchdown rusher in the league for A.J. Dillon. Could be gone after this season. And then receiving, 1,000 yards for Jaden Reed, almost 1,014 yards away for Christian Watson as wide receiver 2. And then Dobbs quietly, 846, only 3 touchdowns, 64 catches, but quietly good season. Musgrave had an amazing season. Wicks with 4 touchdowns, and he was a wide receiver 4. So we could, the great season that Dobbs had, we can go with Dontavian Wicks. We gotta find a way to bring Christian Watson back. We might not be able to. Might lose him and Dobbs. On reception was Aaron Jones and Dobbs. Offensive line, I mean, Zach Tom is over 10. Oh, it was actually Zach Tom that had the worst year than Rasheed Walker. But Elton Jenkins, Aldridge, and Wyatt Teller, we might have back-to-back offensive linemen of the year. Left guard last year, Elton Jenkins. It might be right guard Wyatt Teller this season. Quay Walker, good season. Eric Stokes in a contract year, where our secondary played like trash, garbage, didn't do nothing. Kenny Clark, though, 23 TFL, 7 sacks, 3 picks for Micah Hyde. Max Stevens, decent rookie season. Same thing with Clemens. Jai Alexander, 2 interceptions. Gary, a half a sack away from double digits. Lucas Van Ness, better than last year. Hilton was okay. Devontae Wyatt was a little underwhelming. And our defense had a down year. I'll say that. They had a down year. Forced fumbles with Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, Max Stevens. We had a block for Gilbert Hilton, Lucas Van Ness. We had no safeties. We had no defensive touchdowns. Field goal was blocked. He only missed, he missed 4, so technically he only missed 3. And the longest punt was 73 yards inside of 26 times. And we never have any special teams touchdowns. But yearly awards goes to, MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year goes to Mike McCarthy. No Packers. Oh, Matt LaFleur at number 10. Coach of the Year or Offensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Jones. Led the league in rushing touchdowns. Congrats, shout out, salute to him. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. And then Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to that quarterback for the Vikings. I think he was a quarterback. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to J.D. Collier of the Bucks. We got Clemens at 7. Stevens at 8. Best QB goes to Brock Purdy. We got Jordan Love at number 5. Running back, Aaron Jones. Receiver will go to Brandon Ayuk. No Packers. No Packers. No Jaden Reed. Offensive line goes to Wyatt Teller. That gives us back-to-back offensive linemen of the year. I know we kind of regret signing that contract because of the free agents we may lose, but it was worth it. back-to-back offensive linemen, and you see Jenkins there. You see Aldridge at center. And then we got Kenny Clark at number 5. Micah Parsons wins that. Linebacker goes to Khalil Mack on my Hawks, who we're playing. And then we got Rashawn Gary at number 3. And then DB goes to Dante Jackson. Kicker will go to Will Lutz on the Cardinals. No Carlson. So, running back of the year, offensive lineman of the year. And now, can we advance to the second round of the playoffs? 87 overall, all across the board. Now I got a beef with my own team. The rivalry of the Packers and the Seahawks in the playoffs continue. Jordan Love, Geno Smith. I mean, we played a little bit better than Geno. It was just K9 had a better running day than Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon had a touchdown. Jaden Reed went off. Savage finally gets an interception in what could be his last game as a Green Bay Packer. Go to the Pro Bowl. We should have a number of Packers represented in the Pro Bowl. But we don't want to be in the Pro Bowl. We want to be playing in the big game, the other bowl game, the Super Bowl. 49ers, Bills, Super Bowl. We have Jordan Love making the Pro Bowl. Aaron Jones making the Pro Bowl. Luke Musgrave making the Pro Bowl. Elton Jenkins, and we should have Wyatt Teller. Our center really should be there, but he's not. Kenny Clark. Rashawn Gary. And that is it for the Packers. So we'll look at the depth chart upgrades before we see who wins out of the 49ers and Bills for the Super Bowl. And we have Jordan Love. We know he went up to star in season. Aaron Jones goes up to X Factor. We know Wyatt Teller already was superstar. Musgrave does not go up, making the Pro Bowl. Is he in a contract year too? No, so he still has another year left. But Christian Watson had a great season. So, I mean, Aaron Jones, Jordan Love, they go up. And then on the defensive side, Hilton goes up to superstar. Who else? Quay Walker loses his superstar. Micah Hyde goes up to star. And that is it. So when we look at who we could lose Darnell Savage. But we have Weaver. We could play for him. We could lose Stokes, but we have Clemens. So, but I do want to keep Stokes. If anybody we want to bring back is Stokes. But we'll see who wins the Super Bowl out of the Bills and the 49ers. Can the Bills get their first one? They do. I called it. Bills get their first one over the 49ers. Man, 49ers lost their last like 3 Super Bowls. Matt Milano, Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow, NFL MVP. Mike McCarthy. Joe Burrow, Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons, quarterback for the Vikings, Rookie of the Year. And then the Bucs, it was the same as the awards. And now we're going to lose a lot of players. How much more money do we have? We have negative 8.4. Man, we are fucked. Got to open up some money somewhere. Look at the player retirements. Harrison Smith, that's good for our division, for us in the division. Derrick Henry, Steelers lose a lot of players. There goes Aaron Donald. Micah Hyde, of course you leave when we bring you back, but he goes out on a high note. He had a great season. But if we lose Darnell Savage, now we're looking a little bit more thin at safety. Negative 8. We're going to lose all those players, bro. I signed Wyatt Teller to replace David Bakhtiari, thinking that would put us over the negative 8.4. Where can we save some money? A.J. Dillon's gone. Our receivers aren't even getting paid. Tight ends aren't getting paid. Elton Jenkins, but he's Elton Jenkins, damn it. Wyatt Teller. Damn it, I should have just drafted a lineman. I should have just drafted a tackle. I did not know Devontae Wyatt. We paid him a couple years back, right? Damn. Damn. He has one more year left on his contract. But we don't save anything from trading or releasing. We're going to lose everybody. I mean, 4 mil. We save if we cut or trade. Oh, damn, Preston Smith. Is he still on the... Oh, buddy. Say about 10 mil. It was Preston Smith. He was the one hitting the heist on us, hitting the lick on us. It was Preston Smith this whole time, bro. Preston Smith this whole time. That's where the money was going. Preston damn Smith. And Devondre Campbell. Save another 4 mil. Veterans on the team. But business is business. That's what's best for business. And look at that. 13.5 mil. So we got Eric Stokes, who does go down in dev trait. Lucas Van Ness, we are going to pick up his 5th-year option. Christian Watson, he's not interested. A.J. Dillon, we have a replacement. Dobbs, not interested. Rasheed Walker, not interested. Zach Tom is interested. Rasheed Walker had a better season, but Zach Tom is more interested. Do we go with 2 new tackles? Darnell Savage is interested in coming back. We might have to save money and let all these guys go, man. I mean, even Stokes. Man, we can bring back Eric Stokes. Christian Watson. I might just let all these guys test. And I might let them all test. We go Eric Stokes, or do we go Christian Watson? I think that's what it really comes down to. Zach Tom, Eric Stokes, and Christian Watson. How much does Zach Tom want? We don't even have enough to pay him. We're losing our 2 tackles. So it's either Christian Watson or Eric Stokes, and because Eric Stokes wants to stay more over Christian Watson, I'll be happy with a 2-year deal. And we get Eric Stokes back. We could have kept him until we were 30, but yeah, Christian Watson we're going to lose. The 2 tackles we're going to lose. Darnell Savage we're going to lose. It's the nature of the sport. Can't keep everybody. Can't keep everybody. So we lose Dobbs, we lose Christian Watson, and now we're going to have a plethora of holes on this team. We don't need a running back 2 because we thought ahead. We need receiver, but at least just one more because we have Dontavian Wicks. We need 2 starting tackles, but our interior, so our outside, so we have the interior. We need to work on the outside. Devontae Wyatt. Put him on the trading block. He's getting paid too much. We have Hilton, who's a superstar. If we're paying Kenny Clark and we're paying Hilton, I mean, they're our superstar and our superstar X Factor. What the hell is Devontae Wyatt doing making all that? So we have our 2 superstar young. Well, they knocked him down. I knew they would. He's at least star, but our 2 young middle linebackers on the inside. We got Lucas Van Ness. We could have. Oh man, I'm just not managing this money right, man. Eric Stokes did win best corner a couple seasons ago, but we could have let him walk and we could have went with Valentine for another year. We have Melvin, who's a future starter. We have. I mean, we're good at. I mean, even though we lost Michael Hyde, we have Weaver, who could step right back in. We lost Darnell Savage. We have Monroe, who we just drafted. So it's not all that bad. We just need some tackles and a wide receiver. So looking at free agents, we might not be able to bring anybody in, and we don't have enough money for Ronnie Stanley or like a Trent Brown. Who's that wide receiver? Our wide receivers are the two top guys. So I mean, Tyler Lockett. We're gonna have to draft. We're gonna have to. We've been building through the draft, and we're gonna have to do it again. Can't bring back Zach Tom. Sue Douglas, we could have brought him back to Green Bay. There's nothing at safety, so yeah, we're gonna look to the draft. We don't have a first round pick either, so let's just advance the week. And it probably wasn't the right move to bring back Eric Stokes with the way the secondary played, finishing like 24th. So why re-sign him? I think I'm banking on that season that he had. Why am I looking at the mock draft if I don't have a first round pick? What are you doing? What are you doing? College players. We got the double dip on the O-line. So that's where we will be looking. So wide receiver, we need. And there is some guys. There's a deep threat. From the 4.27, elite agility, elite speed, great change of direction. F, medium route running though. Go 6'4" receiver. Who skipped the combine. Gonna need tackle. Look at these top five. Looks like a good year for tackles. Probably either take this guard, who's a pass protector, and move him out. He has elite change direction, A pass blocking. Put him on the list. Here's another one, 6'4", 301. Don't have a lot of weight on them, but also elite change direction, A pass block finesse, but cannot run block. Here's another pass protector, 6'5", 304, elite change direction, and he has B run blocking. So looks like there's a lot of talent later in the draft. So I like the 6'4" receiver who skipped the combine. I like Jimmy Abraham. And then is there any more pass protectors? Here's another one, bro. 6'5", 304. Quandre Lynch. Elite change of direction with A awareness. He's another one. Oh yeah, we'll be able to get a lineman. A pass block, B run block, A pass block power. And then at the actual right tackle position, A awareness, A pass block. Put him on the list. Great offensive line class. Great offensive line class. We don't need. I mean, we could use a right end if we trade Devontae Wyatt. We need a run stopper. If we trade Devontae Wyatt, we go AJ Hillhouse. C finesse, B power, C block shed, and A tackle. We need a run stopper. Don't like the D lineman in this class. Yeah, so we're going to have to hold on to Devontae Wyatt for at least one more season. Corner, I mean, we just brought back Eric Stokes. And then we do need a safety. I can't remember which one we needed. We lost Darnell Savage. We lost Michael Hyde. We really need both safeties. Really need both safeties. So here's a hybrid. He's projected to go undrafted. Here is a strong safety in the second round, TJ Montague. But I think we should go offensive line, if anything. B man coverage, see awareness, Daquan Johnson. I think we should probably go offensive line first because we have some wiggle room at safety. Let's get to the draft. I like the guards. I like the tackles. I like the receivers. I don't like the D linemen. Don't really like the safeties. So this may be building through the trenches draft. Building through the trenches. So we'll see where Christian Watson went. Trade offers for Devontae Wyatt. We may have to do this now. Kobe Bryant, free safety, and a 6th round pick, a corner and a 5th. Tyree Phillips, 6 and a 7. Not doing a deal with the Bears. I mean, his cap hit isn't that big. We're going to hold on to Devontae Wyatt for now. Might trade him in season or in the preseason or keep him. We're going to look at the free agency recap just to see where some of our dudes went. So we'll see where Dobbs went to the Patriots, Christian Watson to the Giants, and then I think Darnell Savage was the other one that we lost. And he's going to be playing for maybe us. Maybe we can bring back a free agency. So maybe we don't go safety and we can bring Darnell Savage back with a cheap way to get his ass back. But we're not going to focus on the safeties. I'm going to focus on the linemen and maybe that wide receiver. So maybe we need to do, we're going to take receiver regardless. So we need to do this guard, we need to do this guard, and we need to do, who's better? We'll do him, Rick Sellers. We'll see which lineman we should take out of those three, and then probably go receiver and then the other guy. Let's actually look at the players before we go to the draft. I made that mistake in the last video. But right tackle, we got Sellers. He was, A, B, B, A, B. I just don't like the poor strength. But A, awareness, A, pass block power, no run block power, B, pass block, A, pass block finesse, and he has A, B, run block, C, run block finesse. He's going to be a beast. Rick Sellers. But the fact that we can get this guy, who's elite change of direction, better strength. I mean, A, pass block, finesse, B, run block, B, pass block power, C, block. He's a better run blocker. I think I like him a little bit better. And then Abraham, I like him a whole lot better. It's really about who. A, pass block, finesse. He's the same as the other guard. So C, run block, finesse. What was Sellers? Sellers was C, run block, finesse. They're all the same. So they're all the same. So let's head to the draft. Put our crown on before we head to the draft. Put our crown on. Let's get these hidden dev traits.
Next up, it's the Packers on the clock.
And we're picking late. So that right tackle, Sellers, I want him to be gone. He is gone. And Osgood, another guy we put on the list, but we did not focus our scouting on him. And he looks, I mean, he has the worst pass block out of the other three. So Quandre or Abraham? Abraham is a little bit better. Is there any steals, though? Is there any wide receiver we could take right now? There is that deep threat, but we didn't like him that much. We could probably trade down, acquire more picks. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if we can trade down and then get our guys. We can get a second, and then a seventh next year. We can get a second next year, fourth this year. No, I want something this year too. Y'all ain't finna finesse me like that. So we're just gonna take the guard. Get on with it. We usually when we stick and pick here in this package rebuild, we're gonna hit. We're gonna hit on one of these picks. So we're gonna take Abraham. Move him to he's on the left side already. We'll move him to left tackle. Damn it.
Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock.
They will probably go receiver.
On the clock now, it's the Green Bay Packers. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock.
Crown must have fell off my head. I mean, we can't base it off of the dev traits. They might have great overalls. They might have great rookie seasons. They can go up. They got be training camp standouts. So we're not going to base it off of dev traits just because we're not getting the the dev trait that we want. Now this tackle is not great at run blocking, but we don't need him to be. He has elite agility, poor strength, great change of direction. We could take a chance on him. Is there a safety? Daquan Johnson. We had hard at him.
Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock.
And we can still have room to bring back Darnell Savage if he is still there in free agency. This is probably going to be our worst draft. I mean, it was going to be our worst draft with us not having a first round pick. You might have found a steal at corner. We just don't need any more corners. F play reg. Who is this guy? 6'3", 203, 4'42". C catch B tackle B kick return. I just don't need no more corners though. Don't need no more corners. We need another lineman. Could use a D lineman. We need an offensive lineman, a D lineman, and we're running out of time.
On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks.
We're gonna have to sign a veteran offensive lineman, like a band-aid,
Next up,
1
it's
year
the
rental
Packers
to
on
tackle,
the
because
clock.
we're not gonna find the other offensive lineman. I don't think we found any offensive lineman in this draft. We do need a D lineman, so we'll take a swing. Probably draft a with run stopper. If those B to D's are B's, then we have something. But I see some D's. Michael Jackson with elite strength.
Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Green Bay Packers.
And I know we have a lot of running backs too, but we lost A.J. Dillon. I don't think we need any more running backs. We lost 2 receivers, so why not double dip at receiver? If we had a first round pick, I probably would have took a receiver in the first round, even though we are the Green Bay Packers. Calvin Banks, poor acceleration. He is slow, but can catch. Deep route running, that's all he can do. That's all he can do. 4-3-4. Can't do nothing else. Here's a slot. Alexander Walker. Great agility.
The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock.
So not our best draft, I can already tell before the draft recap. As we have trade offers for Devontae Wyatt, people calling us again. We don't even have any cap room to sign free agents because we just signed the rookies to their contracts. So that looks like a young, great wide receiver that we could need and use, but it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am not picking up that call. Aaron Vickers, Patriots. Star dev tight end. Could we transition him to receiver? We're not even gonna do that. We're gonna keep Devontae Wyatt for this season. Beef up our D line still. Draft recap. Not looking forward to this. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. 73 overall tackle. That we're gonna move him out to tackle. Even though he only has normal dev, that's not bad. 72 wide receiver in the third round. 6'4", not bad. Safety, 70, not bad. Even this guard, 69. That was a nice pick, nice overall. 67 defensive tackle, and then a 68 wide receiver in the 7th round, not bad. So we didn't do bad. We did what we could with what was available to us on the board. There was an 83 tackle at tight end. We just didn't have our first round pick. And look at that. The two top positions in the draft were the two top positions that we needed. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? But even though it was our worst draft of this rebuild, it was another 12-win season, another NFC North Division title for the Green Bay Packers, but it was another wild card round exit for the Green Bay Packers. And with the losses of Christian Watson, the losses of both of our tackles, the loss of Romeo Doubs, the loss of Darnell Savage, all those pieces, all those young pieces, it's going to look like a different Green Bay Packers team. We still have most of our core young superstar players, but with no money and now no depth. Who knows? But that'll wrap it up for part 3 here in this Green Bay Packers Madden 24 realistic rebuild. Stay tuned for part 4.